Hello, this is Bart Underhill, and I'd like to tell you a story about a fire. Happens to be a fire that happened to me in my house on August 11th at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. My house caught on fire. It was a normal day. It was a stormy day. It was a pretty good little lightning show outside. I don't get too worried about it. It was nice to have the rain. And I was folding clothes in the living room, and I just doing my thing, watching TV. Nobody else was home. My wife was working out. My kids were other places, having fun with their friends, I'm sure. And all of a sudden, there was this big flash. And boom! And I mean, I ducked. I didn't really know what was going on. I mean, like I said, I don't get worried about lightning and things much, but this one seemed to be loud and close. But then it was over, and I just went on about my business and kept trying to do what I was doing. And I was putting away clothes. A little while later, probably 5 minutes or so had gone by, and I'm walking through my house, and I'm kind of looking, and I'm kind of smelling. Man, it smells like it's burning somehow. Maybe the lightning did some damage to the wiring, I thought. Maybe I ought to look. I never looked after that lightning. I didn't really think anything about it. Maybe I'll look outside. It's pouring down rain, so I'm not real thrilled about getting wet, but I open the door, and we have a little landing in front of our house, so I kind of step out on it. Can't really determine much because, as I said, it's pouring. And so then I look right above the landing to look up and see if anything might have happened. Well, there are flames coming out of my house. That's not something that you really prepare for, mentally. And so I kind of had no idea what to do. I grabbed a water hose real quick and turned the hose on with the sprayer and tried to put it out. Well, I realized that after about a few seconds, I was like, wait a minute, I've got way other things to do than this. I've got to get my dogs out of the house. I've got to get stuff out of the house. I've got to call 911. And so I did that. I called 911, began to get my dogs out, and about that time, some neighbors had realized that this was going on. They had seen something. They had seen the flames, the lightning, knew it was close, and so they began to come. And luckily, they began to help me because I was sort of in a halfway panic mode, just not knowing which way to go. I had so many things I knew I had to do and didn't know how to get them all done. So the fire department was supposedly on their way, and we got as much stuff out as we could. Everybody was safe. There was nobody else home. I was out safely. We were getting soaking wet outside because the rain was just ridiculous. And so then, the police came, told us to get out. We couldn't get any more stuff out, and then we just sat there and watched. We got lucky. We got a lot of our photographs, a lot of our personal belongings that would have been hard to lose, and so we were lucky in that regard. Very smoky in the house, and so we waited, and the fire department came, and they were great. They put out the fire, and they did their best to save as much stuff as they could, and we were just sitting there, of course, across the street waiting. Had the whole street blocked off, and part of the street, the main street next to us, and there are fire trucks everywhere, and of course we're drawing a crowd. People were coming from all over the place in the neighborhood, and it was just crazy. And we had all these neighbors and offering us all these great things, and so the fire really disrupted our lives, as you can imagine. It was tough. We lost a lot of things. We lost a lot of school supplies. School was right about to start. We were just a week out from teachers going back, and 2 weeks from my kids going back, and of course I lost all my electronics. That's what's made this class hard, because I've been trying to get my internet and stuff going in my rent house, and that's been ridiculous. And anyway, the fire, it did a number on us, and we're recovering. We're in a rent house now. We've had a lot of outpouring from our neighbors. Amazing what you find out about the people you know. Really cool. All the things that we've been able to find out and do, and the generosity of people has been amazing. And so the fire, while not anything I would ever recommend. And while not any way to especially go into a school year, I think on the other end of it, it's going to be okay. We're going to end up all right. It's been a huge battle with insurance, and we're learning a lot, and hopefully never have to go through it again. But this house fire was a turning point in our lives, and lucky nobody was there. I think that it could have been so much worse, and I think on the other end of it, we're going to be even better. Newer house, you know, get to do some things to that we weren't able to do before. So I'm not happy that we had it. We're going to make it through it, and I hope I never have to go through it again.